In Tower of Fantasy, there is a plethora of stores and even more currencies, all with various ways to gain them every single week. And for whatever reason, I always find time for challenges, but not the others. That got me thinking, is there a specific currency that is more valued based on the store? Especially now that we're a couple weeks into the game, what things are we getting a surplus of, and what things are kind of actually not being trickled out as much, at least right now. So between the challenge store and the support store, and of course the crew store, what is the best? Well, first of all, the crew store, I thought at the beginning of the game that it was the single-handed most important thing in the game, but the more we play events and the more we go through the paces, it seems like they're actually giving out shards incredibly quickly. So if you're a player that actually really does get around to doing all the events, which you should because free wishes and all that, then you should be fine here. You shouldn't actually need to grind the ever-living hell out of crew points. Also, same thing with the crystal dust store. All of these resources are given to you if you're just playing and burning your resin every week and or doing a couple endgame challenges for, of course, the fabled gold energy crystal dust. So you can make pretty good headway there. And again, the challenge store can actually get you access to the special gift, which can be good for leveling up your character's affinity and getting talents, but ultimately, the one that surprised me the most, which shouldn't because of course it is, it's the one that I also never find time to, of course, do every week. Support points, to me at least, seem like they offer the absolute most value and are single-handedly some of the best bang for your buck in the entire game. For instance, the 10 pull every single week with maxing out all of these, which is kind of a lot to grind for, is nice. Also, there's not a lot of ways to make gold, I find, besides actually spending resin, so gold is actually incredibly good and the amount that you get here is not that bad. And of course, joint supply chips are permanently really valuable because it's basically 10xing your chance to get gold items, which is fantastic. And you get 3 of these a week. Granted, I always find I never really lose these, so I don't know how else they're getting them. I think it's just by doing dailies. But regardless, that one may actually be less useful because I find I have a surplus. But lastly, the thing that I hate farming the most is, of course, elemental rock material that's always used to level up your weapon and such. This is something that I hate grinding for. It's a weird like slog through the map, and the fact that you can buy unlimited amount of these for not too pricey of an amount is pretty nice. And lastly, you can also get vehicle parts, which actually isn't that good. It can kind of be okay, but not very good. Let me explain. So to me, the support store points are the absolute thing that you should get and grind as much as you possibly can. So with that being said, how do you grind support points efficiently, effectively, and quick? And there are 2 methods. One is hyper efficient for when it comes to support points, and the other is absolutely lucrative. Because this is the other thing that I didn't really mention, is there's more value to farming support points than necessarily challenge points or even crystal dust in a lot of ways. The best farm when it comes to support points is actually Frontier Clash, and that gives you experience and also a ton of drop rates. Especially if you're interested in vehicles. This is why I said that support points aren't very good to buy vehicle parts in the support point store. Golly, words are hard. Because you're just going to be getting a surplus of them by doing Frontier Clash. The other reason is because when you actually do the other option, which is doing dimensional trials, you actually have to be at an empty amount of resin, which can kind of be annoying if you're trying to stock hold so you can actually play for a longer time. But if you're always depleted on resin, then this is actually the fastest way you can do this. Just play the lowest possible level one. There is a max capacity for support points a day that is 1,500. So it's going to take you a little bit of time to get all the way up there. By the way, support points are gained by doing any sort of helpful action, i.e. support your people points. So the best farm, in my opinion, in the game period, is Fortress Clash. So you just start normal mode. Hopefully you have no attempts, or else you'll be forfeiting your potential to get gold items if you do hard mode. Even just the first 2 of hard mode, it's pretty worth it. Anywho, just start the normal one, hit go. The reason why this and Dimensional Clash work is because you can hit auto. It's this button right here. You click this and your character will auto play. Now, you hit the button, you're good. You walk away. Big tip, if you do play on PC, download the mobile app on whatever iOS or whatever phone you have. I think Tower Fantasy is just about on anything. Anyways, load that up. It's the same server, it's the same character, it's the same place that you'll leave off your phone to your PC. It's perfectly seamless, at least for me. Do it on your phone. That way you're not taxing your system or your PC. Just have it off to the side, hit go, hit auto, and then run it over and over and over again, and you'll be making a ton of experience experience. By the way, this is why Frontier Clash is the best farm ever, is because you're going to need a ton of experience. You're going to need a ton of vehicle parts to level up the vehicles and get skins, and also to get just dark matter. It's the main thing we're there for. The other thing is Dimensional Clash. Do normal mode, or like the lowest possible level you can if you're just trying to farm support points. This one's good but not great because you have to manage the hell out of it. You have to constantly keep hitting go, 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 and you can beat it in like a couple seconds. Whereas Fortress Clash, it'll take a little bit longer, so you don't have to stay on top of the sequence, essentially. Even when you're not actually playing, hitting auto and go is just annoying enough to be unenjoyable. Also, side tip, if you want to quickly deplete your resin on something that is useful to always have, essentially doing dimensional trials at the max difficulty, which always seems to have people playing it, is a great way to put your resin there, because you're going to gain specific weapon pickable upgrade material, which is going to be great for the future, because eventually you're going to need to level up your weapons to the next tier and the next tier and the next tier. So this is just something that you're going to need eventually, and is a good place to quickly deplete your resin if you're short on time that day. I would suggest Fortress Clash over and over and over again, because you are going to need a plethora of experience and all those kinds of things. This is something that you're just going to want to crank out, do constantly. Again, have it on your phone off to the side, keep hitting auto and just go. I actually haven't tested if you can just hit auto and then close your phone, and you just keep doing that. That's a little weird, but maybe. Regardless, it's a great place to farm experience and all those things, and that's essentially how you can buy up just about everything every single day. Again, there's a cap of 1,500 support points a day. So you want to do this every day. The last thing you do, I usually log off my PC and open it up on my phone, and then while I'm watching a video, I just quickly keep doing Fortress Clash and make sure that's on cooldown until I have the bare minimum of what I want from the shop, which is usually the dark matter nucleuses, which is good but not great, but mainly the money, and of course the red upgrade rock material, or just the rocks material in general, because I don't want to farm them. It's pain in my ass. So I'll just do this, which is just a way more autopilot-y. Anywho, love you guys to bits. Hopefully you check out this video over here. It's basically us talking about my ideal team within Tower of Fantasy. I'm super excited for these characters to come out, and I couldn't help but talk to you guys about them. Thank you kindly for your time, and bye guys.